Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. And I just went to Gravity Show recently and picked up a car that's really interesting. So this might look like just another 1:64 Supra, but it actually carries a bit of a collector drama. It's the Poprace HKS GR Supra in a beautiful looking magic purple. It's a model that was once a 199 piece exclusive grail, just like this car is, and now it's actually going to be making a comeback. Today we'll look at the car, the model, and the story behind why this little Supra has caused such a stir among the collectors. And starting off with the box itself, as I hold it in my hand here, it's difficult to know that I've kind of got a unicorn in my hand because Poprace first released this exact casting back in September 2021 at the Hong Kong Toycar Salon, and only 199 pieces were made, one of which this car is. But unfortunately, there is no numbering or any kind of writing on the box itself that differentiates this. So you had to actually buy it at the show to know that you owned one of the rarest Supras that Poprace has ever released. But now, fast forward to today, and this exact color, magic purple, is being reissued worldwide. The pre-orders are live right now, with shipping expected to be later this year, sometime between October and December 2025. So that means the prices for these originals are kind of dropping now, because collectors who once treated it as a grail piece, which it totally is, kind of have to cash out before the market is flooded. And the tricky part is that Poprace doesn't actually mark the boxes any differently, and as you can see, there is no special numbering on there either. So unless you know exactly when and where you bought it, there's not going to be really an easy way to tell if your car is one of these ones, the 199 piece from 2021, or the new 2025 worldwide release. But let's get to opening the box and see why this car looks so incredible. To be honest, I do genuinely hope that there will be some kind of a differentiator between this event exclusive and the new release, just to give it a little bit of exclusivity, because these ones that are released at shows are really something special. And actually at this Gravity Show I picked up two other special Poprace cars. These are both event editions as well, and I'll be reviewing these in the next week or so, so stay tuned for that one, and link will be down below. But let's jump back into the Supra. As you can see, the car looks absolutely beautiful and really impeccable, and no special numbering on the bottom or anything like that either. So this one's got a background that's sort of like a concrete wall finish, and that's pretty cool actually. So let's actually check the car out. We'll just take this acrylic cover off, and there you have it. Wow, you can really see this color is absolutely insane. So this is called Magic Purple. However, on the pre-order pages, it does just refer to it as Chameleon. So it doesn't really mention Magic Purple, although the box on the bottom does say Magic Purple over there. But if you're looking for it, Chameleon will suit your search terms if you want to get one of these. And that color is absolutely ridiculous. You can see it flipping from this crazy purple into this green, just on the different kind of body sections and all the different surfaces, depending on where the light hits it from. And I'll put it on the turntable in a little bit and we can have a proper look at this car, but that looks absolutely insane in this color. And of course, jumping into the plinth, it just says Poprace Toyota HKS GR Supra, and it's a really nice gloss black finish, and you can see the kind of reflection of the car in the bottom of the base, and that looks kind of cool actually. I like that look. And you can see that this car is not just a standard variant, but of course this is the Toyota GR Supra A90, fitted with HKS's wide body aero kit. It's not just cosmetic, this kit was actually designed with CFD, meaning that it's tuned for real downforce and stability on the track as well. It's got these really wide arches, this aggressive looking kind of diffuser as well, and of course this wing kind of looks pretty cool as well. It's got this sort of ducktail spoiler, and you can even see it's got these kind of air outlets above the wheels and a lot of extra aero bits on the car, making it a kind of a time attack weapon while still carrying this unmistakable A90 shape on the car. And now looking at the model from this closer angle, you can see how beautiful the paint finish is on this car, and you can really see this specular looking metal flake in the car, and the color really looks absolutely insane. Poprace totally nailed this magic purple, and it's really a true chameleon finish. You can see it flipping between the sort of purple and blue and green as I rotate it and see the car from different kind of angles under this lighting. And the car itself looks pretty nice overall. The stance looks really well done for this car, and the proportions reflect the actual Supra really nicely. So overall, great finish so far, and you can even see how glossy this paint actually is. So the clear coat looks absolutely impeccable, and just a really nice looking car overall. And of course, no opening parts on this car, but it really makes up for that with this crazy presence that this car has with this insane color. So very nice looking model overall. So let's actually check out the details. And starting off with the roof, you can see that we've just got this beautiful paint finish, and there is a little bit of three-dimensionality in that bonnet itself. You can see it's got this sort of like double bubble style roof a little bit, and a lot of great modeling in all the little creases and all those things. And of course, the front glass, really nice and clear, no bannering or anything like that, and nice details on the interior with those bright seats, but we'll get into those in a little bit. And then windscreen wipers as well. And we come to this massive clamshell bonnet over here. So you can see it's got quite a nice bit of three-dimensionality and really soft surfacing on the bonnet itself. Of course, you can see it's got the HKS body kit here as well, and it's actually separated to be able to open in this clamshell way. Of course, this bonnet is kind of large on this car, and that goes without saying that because this is an HKS car, it's been tuned quite a lot. So under the bonnet, we've got this Supra straight 6.3 liter turbo, but HKS actually gave it their GT3 RS turbo upgrade kit, paired it with an intake, exhaust, intercooler, and custom ECU tuning as well. So it takes the car from the stock 380 horsepower to around 600 to 700 horsepower, making sure that this crazy aero kit isn't just for looks, but the Supra actually has some muscle to back it all up. The car also came with HKS coilovers and their trademark exhaust note as well. So it's a proper tuner special, blending this really cool show car presence with track-ready performance as well. So let's talk about the real deal just for a second. HKS debuted this premium wide body kit aero at the 2020 Tokyo Auto Salon, and it wasn't just for show, it was really made from high quality materials, FRP, and of course modeled with computational fluid dynamics and real life track testing as well, just to give the car quite a bit of advantage, a lot of aero and downforce as well. And of course, the kit included this front lip, the wide fenders, the side skirts, and the rear as well, including this wing and a whole bunch of little added extras. The reactions on the kit were a little bit mixed in the enthusiast circles, though. Some people said that the panel gaps are pretty much down to whoever put the car together, and that kits hardly ever fit when they came straight out of the box. Some people said it's kind of half JGTC, half not, but overall they said it was an amazing kit all at the same time. So let's break it down in segments, starting off with this front area. And now to check the car out a little bit better, I've actually removed it off the plinth, and when I did, I saw something surprising, and this piece actually says Supra on it. So I've never seen something like that before, but that's really cool just to differentiate these sort of inserts. So I thought it's a funny little detail. But jumping into the kit, you can see we've got a lot of three-dimensionality, and especially in all these grille inserts, and it's very dark in there as well. And you can see we've got a really interesting looking lip. So this of course belongs to this HKS upgrade, and a lot of interesting and complex geometry. It looks very organic, but follows the lines of the Supra really beautifully. And then we've got a little Toyota logo in there, and really nice looking headlights as well. So lots of three-dimensionality, and it looks really beautiful. Then of course, heading off into the side area, you can see we've got the separated front fender which is pretty complex. Once again, extremely huge amounts of geometry. You can see the way the light lines hit back, how interesting the shapes of this are. So you can see all the little bolt sections over there. We've got the air outlet, more bolts, and of course we've got the split line over there, and we've got this really interesting shape. This kind of swept back look kind of reminds me of the AMG like GTs. It's got that sort of curve going on over here, which is kind of interesting and give this car a really unique look to it. And of course, jumping into the wheels, you can see we've got these really beautiful looking 5 spokes, and the tires just say Advan on them, which is really nice. I'm always a fan of lettering, especially for a car that was released in 2021. This was not something seen too often, especially back then. And then we've got some brake rotors in the back. It looks like it's finished off in some kind of a carbon finish, and then some black calipers as well. And the wheels spin really beautifully. You can see, wow, really high speed, and that looks kind of cool actually. Of course, the real car actually has some crazy suspension as well, but this one's ride height is a little bit pretty standard. It could be a little bit lower, but the car's got a pretty good stance nonetheless. And jumping into the side of the car, you can see we've got this really interesting looking side skirt. We've got these kind of like 4 recesses, and I've never seen anything like that. It really gives the car quite a lot of unique characteristics. You can actually see this body kit is not very abrupt, but rather blends the side of the door into this wide rear body, and you can see how much of a like soft kind of shape it has, just to channel the air around the car. And it's really beautifully crafted and really interesting geometry going on here. Of course, you can see the way the light lines and the highlights are popping on this car. Really wild looking. It's not something you see every day, absolutely for sure. And then we've got a little door handle over there, and then the mirrors are just finished off in the same black as the front was over here. Beautiful little Supra DLO, really nice visibility into the interior. And of course we come to this rear section, and that looks kind of interesting because we've got this really wide body, and you can see that the rivets continue all the way from here, and they go up onto the rear almost boot deck lid area and just carry on all the way going towards the rear lights. And of course here we've got this really massive separate element just finished off in black. Of course, that's where this massive air outlet would be, just to channel air from the spinning wheels and from this kind of pressurized area in the rear here, just to get rid of all sorts of excess air, and also for the airflow just when the air is flowing around over this area. So lots of insane looking geometry. You can see we've got another little air intake as well just behind the rear wheels, and we've got quite a bit of a recess on this bottom section finished off in black too, and another little air outlet finished off in black, and quite three-dimensional and pretty deep. So that's really great modeling. And heading into the rear wheels, they're pretty much the same as the front, same kind of design. They don't really look to be staggered, but it's possible that the rears do have a little bit more width to them, although I'm not really sure. It's actually really tough to tell. Although with a naked eye I can see that the rears are a little bit wider, but only ever so slightly. But they look pretty cool, and let's see how well they spin. And yeah, they spin really well, just like they did on the front. So beautiful execution once again. And getting into the rear area over here, you can see that HKS added this little ducktail spoiler. We've even got these kind of canards on the side as well. And of course there is also an optional GT wing, which this car does not come with. But with that wing, the car actually measures over 2 meters wide, and you can really see how wide this kit makes the car. And of course, it's a serious looking time attack silhouette that this body kit gives to this car. It looks extremely sinister and very cool. And of course, once again, we've got these little sort of fasteners kind of recessed into the panel, especially under the wing over there. And the panels actually even had rubber inserts between all of them, just to give the car a little bit better airflow around all the little recesses between the panels as well. So that's very crazy and extremely track focused. Of course, looking at the back in detail, you can see we've got these really nice looking tail lights as well, although they don't really seem to have the typical Supra like signature lights in there. It's just kind of red clear acrylic, but you don't actually have the shape of the Supra lights, or even the upgraded lights that like the 4 rings similar to the Mark IV. So pretty simplistic looking, but they look very, very deep, which is an interesting kind of mix. And of course, Supra logo there, nice little recesses here for the plates, a little GR logo as well. And then we've got the extra brake lights over there, some reflectors over there, and we've got the HKS exhaust system here as well, with this back box in the center. So pretty nice detail, and underneath you can see we've got quite a lot of detail there as well. And no special numbering or anything like that on the bottom of the car either. So heading into this side, it looks pretty much identical, but there is a fuel filler cap over there as well. And on this rear deck lid, you can see that we do have quite a lot of rivet details on this beautiful looking ducktail wing. And in the rear glass, we've got the heated glass as well, and just a simplistic looking parcel shelf in there as well. And we can see into the interior from here a little bit. So jumping into the interior, you can see how beautiful these seats are. We've got these upgraded bucket seats that have this bright writing all over them, and that's such a classic looking racing seat in the tuner and racing world. It looks really beautiful, really well modeled interior as well. We don't have any details on the gauges or anything like that, so I don't see any kind of gauges or digital display or dashboard display, but seats that really matter in these kind of models. Looks absolutely exquisite, and you can see the kind of molding on the center there as well, and the display. So absolutely exquisite looking overall. And now underneath this more dynamic lighting, you can really see this paint pop, and it looks absolutely exquisite as the car is rotating around on the table. I'm trying to move the light around for you a little bit, just so you can get a better kind of grasp at the look of this chameleon color. And I think this purple and this kind of bluish tinge and this green just absolutely pops on this car, and I think it looks absolutely incredible. I think Poprace has done a really beautiful job, especially with this color. It looks really incredible. Of course, this HKS GR Supra is one of those builds that really captures the spirit of modern tuning, blending this cutting edge aero with serious performance. And in this diecast form, I think they've really done a fantastic job shrinking all that presence into this 1:64 scale. This color, this magic purple or chameleon, is really the star in this car. I think shining through all these different shades of colors under the different kind of lights. And of course, what makes this car really special is this collector story. A 199 piece Hong Kong exclusive turned into a worldwide reissue. So whether you see that as kind of diluting the rarity or making it more accessible, it's definitely added some extra drama around this casting. But I mean, for me, I think personally it's a win, because I mean, I have one of the originals, so that's really good. And now more collectors will get to enjoy one of the best looking Poprace Supras ever made. And if you happen to own an original, that piece of history is still yours. Either way, I think this model really deserves a place in the collection. So I'd love to know what you guys have to say. Are you going to be picking one of these crazy looking Supras up? Or did you manage to pick one up earlier when it was still only the 199 car release? And what do you think about this car? Do you like it? And what do you think about the color? And of course, if you've enjoyed this video, please press like and subscribe to the channel for more of these 1:64 unboxing and review videos. And thank you guys for sticking around, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take it easy. Ciao.